And you know what that means, Coach. That just means the fighting spirit of these Philippine basketball players.
Yeah, they're going to need that fighting spirit tonight. Obviously have been feeling the pressure here at the World Cup to deliver a result for these fans. They know that this is their best opportunity here against China. And obviously these two teams know each other very well. Just to see if they use that once again. The Philippines, another team that struggles from the perimeter, just 30% as a team from the three-point line.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the final game of the classification. China taking on Gilas, Pilipinas. Well, Ray still back in the game after picking up that ankle injury against Angola. But we were quite concerned about him. We thought it might have been an Achilles bump, the way he was favoring his leg. His guy pulls up in the mid-range. Can't get this one.
Yeah, good to see him out here, and he's been a big part of that Chinese offense, really that second consistent scorer that they've needed.
Well, Clarkson Jorganelli foul there against Jung Jilin. So baseline possession coming up for Jordan Clarkson and Gilas Pilipinas. Fajardo pulls up in the mid-range, hits a front iron, can't get this one. China looking to push this. Trying to go to pick and roll sequence here with Fu Hao. Fu Hao does have the size advantage against Ara Pagoy, but now Dwight Ramos defending Lee Kaya, knows he wants to go to his right. Lee Kaya in the lane, too strong off the backboard, can't capitalize. The Philippines are going to get the first bucket here. This coach, this arena is going to erupt into electricity.
Yeah, no question. You can feel the excitement in the building, just waiting for something positive.
Ramos almost turning it over. Finds Pagoy, corner three, takes it, and already the Arenado Coliseum erupting into a wave of support. Game here currently setting into tempo. Ray, he'll try a three-pointer. Can he respond? Can't get this one. Philippines looking to push. Trying to go handoff there with Pagoy, but now they go down low. Fajardo being guarded by Joe Chi. Trying to boss his way inside the paint. Pump fakes, got to go up with it. And Juma Fajardo just taking Joe Chi to school.
Yeah, Jumar has the physical advantage there. Joe Chi obviously with the length, but the physicality on display. I think that's an option they can go to, especially when Clarkson is being trapped on the perimeter.
Well, the support in this arena right now just makes it absolutely breathtaking. Trying to go for a steal there. Pagoy comes up with it, and now he's going to make this a 7-0 lead to Gilas Pilipinas. And now, Coach Sasha Djordjevic, he has to call timeout because the Philippines riding on a wave of momentum and emotion.
Yeah, great play here for R.R. Pagoy. Saw the ball handler with his back turned, went for the steal there, and what a start here for Gilas, getting the crowd into this game early.
Well, great anticipation there defensively by R.R. Pagoy, and now let's go listen to what Sasha Djordjevic has to say.
Let's go! Ray just come into the game, let's go everybody! Everybody! Get the other guy, everybody on the rebound. Lee Clarkson, okay? Let's go. Let's go, L3. L3. But use also our big man, okay? G is here. Wow, be great. Boom. Stay street. Let's go. Keep on playing. Keep on playing. Get it and keep on playing, okay? Go.
Well, a bit of a calm timeout there from Sasha Djordjevic, but the translator seemed like he was getting the message more aggressively across.
Well, you heard him yelling, Lamba, Lamba. That's Mandarin for rebound. But certainly a little bit of a flat start here for China. You want to try to get this crowd out of the game. Right now, the Gilas fans on their feet and electric here.
Home crowd getting into this one. Ray going around the screen, straight to the bucket. And no help side defense coming from Gilas.
Yeah, nice response there from Ray. All the way to the basket without any rotation from Gilas.
This is where the Philippines sometimes lack movement in their offense. On stagnant plays, Bagoy coming off one screen, pulls up for a quick one. That's a tough shot, but can't get it. Goes out of bounds. Fajardo battles to the offensive board. And that will be Gilas ball on the baseline.
Yeah, and you can see Junmar using that physicality, giving Jochi some issues. Be interesting to see when Coach Georgievich comes in with Hu Jin Chao. A little bit more size there to handle Junmar.
Ramos smart fakes. Finds Bagoy. He's made one through the corner. Can't get this one. Rebound secured by Jochi. China looking to build some more momentum in this offense. Crowd again, just chanting defense. A good still anticipation by Dwight Ramos. Can they build something on this transition? Thompson going into the gear step. Little teardrop. Can't finish it. He's been the leading scorer, but the amount of shots that he takes in games, Coach, he does take very unpredictable shots at times.
Well, it's been a struggle there, finding an offensive identity for Gilas. Clarkson, the second leading scorer here at the World Cup, but as you mentioned, not as efficient as you would hope him to be.
Well, it's going to be a full court possession out here for the Philippines. Still slenderly leading by 5 points. Jujun Long just checking into the game now, defending up against Jordan Clarkson. Ramos with a big step back three. Three is up, and it's good. That's a tough shot by Dwight Ramos.
Well, you can see the confidence there in the young player. Tremendous game against South Sudan, and he's continued his hot shooting ways. Tough pullback three there off the dribble.
John Jolin attacked it. Could he reject it, but a foul is going to be called. So this is going to be against AJ Edu. So 2 free throws coming up for John Jolin. A great way for China to put some points on the board. So there's a three by St. Dwight's with a step back dagger. And both Kiefer Avena and his teammates, they love that occasion. Jolin making both free throws, cutting it down to a 6-point ball game. China don't want this gap to get too big. Remember, they have to battle back against a very passionate home crowd. Clarkson coming up for a three-pointer. Three is up, just a little bit too short. China with a chance to extend here. Trying to find Joe Chi, big man, good hands. Jujun Long for three, he'll fire it. And China now getting into this one.
Yeah, big shot there from Jun Long, but nice job of kicking out from the post there from Joe Chi, finding the open shooter.
Well, trying to use a screen here with, again, a crossing turnover. John Jolin gets a loose ball. China no need to rush anything here. Getting a board vessel. Zhao Ray can tie the game up. Again, couldn't capitalize. Tempo gets stripped. Good defense by Lee Kaya. Now they have numbers. Finds John Jolin. He's going to throw it down in transition with a two-handed rim rocker. China's defense causing the Philippines to turn it over, converting those turnovers into transition points.
Yeah, great response here from China. You see Lee Kayar with the steal and the beautiful pass there to Zhang Jinlin with the powerful finish.
That moment against Angola when he went down the middle and tried to put everybody on a poster. And again, that surprised both of us. But let's go and listen now to what Sean Reyes has to say to his players.
Okay, let's handle, okay? Let's get inside now, Junmar in the post, huh? We come in with our diamond, okay? So, JC, okay? White again. Junmar. Okay? Ikaw na ngayon dito. Roger, ikaw naman gano. Arens, Roger, okay? Fake like you're coming off here. JC, fake like coming off. Come off Junmar's side. Okay, so we can enter. Then Roger.
The Philippines is such an emotional basketball team, coach, because it's almost like they run off adrenaline on certain passages in the game, but then that adrenaline quickly dies down, and whoever they played against, slowly but surely finds themselves back in the game.
Well, they have to find their identity offensively here. You heard Coach Reyes in that timeout asking for a diamond set. That means most likely Clarkson's going to come off a pin down on Jumar's side. They're going to look to dump the ball inside to him. He's had a physical advantage against Jochi. See if they can find a basket here.
Lorenzo Bando checking into the game for the Philippines. So Gilas going with quite a small lineup here with Renz, Dwight, Clarkson, and Pagoy. And an offensive foul is going to be called against Jordan Clarkson as Chu Jinlong takes the contact.
And Jinlong has had an impact on this game. Was substituted in when things were looking bad for China. Hit a big three and now drawing the offensive foul here on Clarkson.
Well, Clarkson trying to discuss with the referee exactly what happened there, but now Kiefer Ravenna checking into the game here for the Philippines. Pagoy going to the bench. Ravenna defended Zhao Rei. Go down low here to Joe Chi. Philippines with 2 team fouls. Jung Jolin, he can make these threes. It's up and he rattles that one in. And finally, China take the lead by 2 points.
Yeah, you see Ramos just digging a little too deep there on the post, allowing Zhang Jinlin to get open there from the perimeter, and that's what he does best. Knockdown, catch and shoot player.
Oh, good defense by Joe Chi. Well, making a dive, finding Zhang Jolin. It's beautiful transition basketball here from China, but coach, it starts with the defense.
Well, that was an incredible play. Not only the deflection from the post, but to get the loose ball, have the wherewithal to make that bounce pass. Incredible play there from the big man.
Fajardo trying to find Ravenna off a handoff. Let's go for a tough one. Finds Armando. Armando takes a Hail Mary through, and that's just way off the mark.
Yeah, shooting not what he does best. Really in there for athleticism and defense.
Ukaya going baseline, reverse slam, not finish. Jochi secures the offensive rebound. Again, you can see favoring that lower back of his.
Yeah, he's been playing through some injury there. Nice job, though, of pursuing that offensive rebound.
Well, Kai Soto, again, it's disappointing. The matchup I was looking forward to was seeing Kai Soto against Jochi, but Juma leaves the game, which is going to leave now Philippines with Kai as their center. AJ Edu also back in the game.
And Jin Cho in the game for the first time for China. Let's see if they look to post him up against Soto.
Zhao Rei hesitates, trying to go baseline. Nowhere to go here. 24-second violation. Poor offense from China.
Yeah, Zhao Rei needs to have better understanding of the shot clock there. Got caught underneath the basket, nowhere to go.
Ravenna's got to get the ball up the court. Trying to go ball screen here with AJ Edu. Almost turning it over. Gilas looking a little bit vulnerable here in the backcourt. Soto thought about taking the three-pointer. Doesn't go for it. Kind of goes for a tough one, end of the shot clock, and that has just been the style here from Gilas.
Yeah, and that's where they've really been struggling. No set offense there. Clarkson having to create something on his own, and Ravenna ending up with a tough three.
Well, Hu Jin Cho for the mid-range. Let's look at this one, but AJ Edu secured the rebound here for Gilas. Clarkson drills a contact. Basket will not count. It's on the floor. It's going to be the third team foul against China. Gilas, at times, coach, it does look like the offense is being improvised.
Yeah, and that's really been their struggle at this World Cup, but not a lot of structure there offensively. Need to find ways to get Clarkson the ball when he's playing at that shooting guard position. Hard for him to just come and get it and try to create on his own.
Well, Here's the player who made a big change for China in the third quarter against Angola. Hu Mingxuan, 8 points early in the third. But really was the game changer. Clarkson kicks out, finds Ravenna. This is last three. Trying to get another one. Now China looking to extend their lead. Pump fakes. Corner finds Zhao Ji way wide open. He'll find a three. Almost ripping the ball out of Kai Soto's hands. A strong play by Jordan Clarkson again. Clarkson just giving a bit of life back to Gilas.
Yeah, nice finish there. Going right at the defender.
Schwab pulls up for a three-pointer. Get it, China as well. And there you can see Sasha Djordjevic saying, what are you doing? Play more patient. Clarkson trying to go down the middle. Clarkson hangs in the air, draws a foul. He'll go to the free throw line. And I think Jordan Clarkson just had a few words there for Chu Junlong.
Yeah, well, China trying to switch on that pick and roll. You see here Jochi with the offensive rebound. Lee Kaiar not able to stay in front there on Clarkson. Surprised we're not seeing more trapping from them. Willing to try to guard him one-on-one right now on the perimeter.
Clarkson makes the first free throw again. Joe Chi went to the bench in quite a bit of discomfort. I don't think it was his lower back. I think it might be something wrong with his ankle. So I don't know how much we're going to see from him later in the game.
Well, Jochi has had to battle through injuries throughout. Really has derailed his career a little bit. Let's hope he's healthy enough to get back in this game.
Zhao Ji-wei got it in the backcourt by Keith Ravenna. Goes in the way, kicks out. Tough pass to Hu Mingxuan. And Lee Kaiar go bounce pass. It's going to be a kickball violation. So possession back to China with a fresh 14 on the shot clock.
And China's been going with Lee Kaiar at that 4 position so far. We haven't seen him as a primary ball handler very much.
Zhao Ji-wei using the ball screen. That's who should show. It's a turnover. Right idea there, but then you can see Sasha Djordjevic saying to Zhao Ji-wei, shoot the ball, you had the space.
Yeah, the big dropped off there. He was able to get the pass through, but that's a tough catch from the big man. Trying to finish that through a crowd.
Well, one thing we cannot deny, Coach, Filipino basketball fans, they are incredible. You can hear them right now saying, let's go, Gilas! And again, Kai Soto with the follow-up. What a putback by Kyriem the Dream. A big play now coming for China. Hu Mingxuan, nowhere to go here. Has to pull up for a tough one. Takes this again, a smooth shot there. Right in the face of AJ Edu by Lee Kaiar.
Yeah, big shot there from Lee Kaiar to silence the crowd, but you see Kai Soto's athleticism on display. The young 21-year-old, really the future of this Gilas team.
1 second difference between game and shot clock. That's going to be Gilas ball. Well, aggressive defense coming from Zhao Ji-wei. Hu Mingxuan unable to keep it in bound. Well, again, right now, Gilas, they need Kaiju, but they more importantly need Kyriem the Dream Soto. Throw it down, Kaiju. Throw it down, big man.
Yeah, huge finish there from Soto. Nobody getting a body on him. Able to go right down the middle of the lane for the powerful finish.
Well, Gilas have 4.6. Try and get a shot off here. Soto finds Ravenna. Ravenna finds Clarkson, puts up the three, doesn't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, we're all locked in here at 16 apiece between Gilas Pilipinas and China. Classification game, final match for these two teams in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup. Well, Coach, it's been quite end-to-end action for these two teams early on.
Yeah, Gilas off to that quick start. China able to settle in a little bit later in that game, and you can see both teams evenly matched here so far.
Moment now, Philippines will have the first possession here of the second quarter. They're going to start with Renzo Bando, Kiefer Ravenna at the points, Clarkson, AJ Edu, and remain with Kai Soto. Kind of got it by Hu Jin Cho. Looking for a handoff, finds Ravenna. Ravenna going in with a smooth look. Doesn't finish that one. Too strong by Kiefer Ravenna. Lee Kaya found the confidence, but can't finish this one. Rebound secure here by Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson looking to hesitate. Now he's got it by John Gillette. Well, he got to get the ball to Kai Soto. Well, that's disappointing there because Kai had the post up. Now they go for a Renz three-pointer. Kai the offensive board. Big man's got to go up, but finds AJ Edu. That goes out of bounds, and that will remain. Gilas ball on the baseline.
Yeah, but I really like Soto's energy right now. All over the offensive rebounds, keeping the ball alive there. And you saw earlier the big offensive rebound and drop off to Edu. Edu needs to finish those easy ones.
Philippines need to get the ball inbound. Just avoiding the interception. Scotty Thompson up in Everett into the game. Hangs in the air, goes in with a left-handed layup, and a strong move by the PBA's MVP.
Yeah, and he's really been struggling at this World Cup so far. As you mentioned, the MVP of the PBA, a player that's able to score.
Well, no foul call there. Lee Kaya trying to go for the layup. 2-point lead to Gilas. Finding Clarkson. Clarkson trying to throw it to AJ Edu. The connection is there. A good assist coming from Jordan Clarkson.
And Lee Kayar just lost defensively on the perimeter. We didn't find his man in Edu. Nice pass from Clarkson there.
Moving Schwan, kicking out to John Jolin. He's made 1-3. It's going to go out of bounds. That'll be a violation. So ball back to the Philippines, leading by 4 here in the second quarter. Well, that is the young man from the University of Toledo going to Japan next summer, well, next year, excuse me, to play in the B-League. Coach, this is interesting now because we're going to see how long Joe Chi can play for. My word, has he been battling through a lot of injuries so far.
Yeah, they're going to need his production here, and I like the matchup with Soto. Probably a better matchup for him than Junmar, able to use his length here.
Thompson in the corner, looking to isolate. Spinning around, smooth move, doesn't get it. That was a nice play there by Scotty Thompson. Foul has it. Oh my goodness. That won't count, but it's impressive, Coach. This guy can fly. He can swing a little bit. There's some bunnies in this man.
Well, we saw it on display in their last game. Went into the lane and tried to take on the entire South Sudan team defensively.
I mean, the foul was committed. That's over Kai Soto. But he just served him up at lunchtime. Kaya goes in for a tough one. Can't get it. Rebound secured here by the Philippines. Leading by 2 points. Clarkson looking to isolate. Clarkson shifting, putting up a teardrop. Doesn't get the ad one, but he will go back to the charity stripe.
Yeah, nice change of pace there from Clarkson. Able to get Jinlin up in the air and draw the contact there.
Well, it's got to be frustrating for Jordan Clarkson because he hasn't got his three-point shot going in the last few games like he likes to do, of course. Of course, at that point, the whole entire defense just crashes the paint to prevent him from driving.
Yeah, it's been tough go for Clarkson at this World Cup. Teams really keying on him. Gilas lacking that system offense to create open looks for him. He's had to go and try and get it on his own quite a bit so far at this World Cup.
And Clarkson makes the first free throw. Gilas have led it by as many as 7 points so far here in the first half. Look at the second one. 5-point lead to the Philippines. Kaya is going to get more. Drawn a blocking foul. Great play there by the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, tough call there. We'll have to see the replay on this, but it looked like Lee Kayar lowered his shoulder there.
Blocking foul in your mind, or?
I think that's a charge. I think Lee Kayar is creating the contact there with his left shoulder. Tough break there for Edu.
Well, 2 free throws coming up for Lee Kayar. Interesting here, coach. Japeth Aguilar is going to be checking into the game for the Philippines. He hasn't featured a lot since that opening game against the Dominican Republic.
Well, again, for Gilas, you've seen a lot of random substitutions and rotations, trying to find some chemistry with some group. Edu picking up his second foul there.
Makes both free throws. Chinese fans coming into the building, loving the occasion, of course. Still a slender 3-point lead to Gilas. Zhao Jiwen. Okay, coach, how many times have we seen Gilas struggling to get the ball inbound full court?
Well, right now with Clarkson out of the game, you see China extending their pressure. No true point guard on the floor right now for Gilas. Thompson and Ramos having to handle the duties here.
Trying to get the ball inbound, finding Dwight Ramos. Ramos not naturally a point guard, but will fill that role if needed. Thompson kicks out. Abondo's missed 2 threes. Goes for a third one. Gets this one. And just listen to this home crowd in the Araneta Coliseum.
Yeah, beautiful kick out there from Thompson. Finding Abondo wide open in the corner, and he's able to knock it down.
Zhao Jiwen finding Jun Long. Well, here's a matchup everybody's wanted to see for a long time. Kai versus Zhou Qi. Zhou Qi just taking Kai to school. And a strong move by the FIBA Asia Cup veteran.
And you see Zhou Qi immediately hold his back after that move.
I don't think he's gonna be able to continue, coach. He looks like he's in a world of pain. But that's a tough move by Zhou Qi. Zhou Qi's gone to the bench. He's done. He is in agony at the moment. Well, here comes the Chinese superhero from the Angola game, Hu Jin-cho, back into the game.
And you hate to see that for Zhou Qi. He's had such an efficient World Cup so far. They really needed his low post scoring. But Hu Jin-cho, the star of their last game, can he step up here once again?
Making the 4-point deficit. Philippines at the moment trying to find some structure in their offense. Aguilar looking for a handoff, finds Dwight Ramos. Ramos pulls up in the mid-range, can't get it. And Abondo comes up, and in the end, he just rips the ring down. Renzo Abondo just sending a message, I deserve to be on this team.
Yeah, we see the athleticism on display, the loose ball ending up in his hands, and he knows what to do with that.
Well, Zhao Ray for a quick 3-pointer, can't get it. Aguilar secures a rebound. Gilas leading by 6. They've never led by more than 7 points in this game. Soto goes for the 3, takes it, just can't get it. Lee Kaya pump faking, trying to go over Japeth Aguilar, again can't get it. Hu Jin-cho trying to battle for offensive rebounds. Gilas looking to extend their lead. It's another costly turnover. I'm not quite sure. I know he's trying to find Japeth Aguilar into the basket, but the pass is just so careless, coach.
Well, nice defensive play there from Japeth, but unfortunately on the other end, just can't convert that fast break. Again, you've got Scotty Thompson, who played the 2 guard in the PBA, trying to slide over here to the 1 with Clarkson on the bench. And that's been one of the struggles for this Gilas team. when Clarkson is not in the game, they haven't had that consistent ball handler to get them into their offense.
Well, possession here to China, trailing by 6. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Zhang Jiwei thought about going for the three-pointer. Well, Zhang Jilin has a mismatch, countered by Japanese Aguilar. Pulls off in the mid-range. It makes it look so smooth.
Yeah, tough move there. Zhang Jilin with the crossover pull-up, showing the skills on display.
Well, we've seen his athleticism so far here. One thing we don't give enough credit is the fact that he can shoot the ball. They're going off one ball screen, makes the contact. That's an interesting move there, because it felt like Renzo Bando went in with his head on that one, Coach.
Yeah, but if you're Jiwei, you need to be smarter than that. You know Bando's not a threat from the perimeter. No reason to be pressured up and going over screens like that.
Renzo Bando has made one three-pointer. Very much renowned for his athleticism and defensive presence. And 2 free throws now coming up here for Renzo Bando. He makes the first one. There's been a lot of questions about Renzo Bando. I mean, last summer's FIBA Asia Cup didn't feature a lot of Gilas' lineup for Chart Reyes. Many people didn't know, was he going to be selected? But people need to remember, he's playing for the Korean Basketball League champions and young KGC. And of course, he's one of their key component players as well.
Well, their most athletic guard really can play a role for them as a defender, energy type player.
Chao Rey kicks out to Hu-Ming Xuan. Has to go in, find it. An easy, wide open look there for Chao Rey.
Yeah, beautiful drop off there from Ming Xuan.
Here should be the post-up for Juma. Mr. Sam McGill bullying his way to the basket. And Juma Fajardo, well, he could be a key difference in the low block here for Gilas.
Well, that's what he brings to the table. You see the physicality on display there. Tough load for anybody to handle on that low block.
Hu-Ming Xuan, who hit the 2 big three-pointers in the third quarter against Angola. Stepping up big time there for China, cutting it down to a 3-point ball game. Well, back to Juma. Chao Rey coming for the help side. Juma makes the contact, and he'll go to the charity stripe. But quickly now, Coach Chao Rey is making another change here. Now Pagoy's going to come back in the game.
Well, I like this decision to play through Jumar in that low post. I think it's really their other most consistent scoring option. It also is a way to settle their offense down. You know you're going to get a quality opportunity, whether that's kicking it back to the perimeter or finishing it himself.
Well, Juma way off on the free throw. And again, free throws just need to be imperative for both these two teams. They don't want to look back. I think the final game of this FIBA Basketball World Cup was decided by the charity stripe. Makes the second one. 4-point lead to Gilas. Thompson got it, Chao Rey. Use the ball screen. Good defense there by Juma. Howard comes up with a loose ball. Now Pagoy finding Clarkson. Thompson in the corner, 3 is up, and again they had numbers. They decided to go for the triple. Well, here's a 3 again from Zhang Jilin. Both teams playing a bit of run and gun. It's another turnover for Gilas, and a foul is going to be committed by Scotty Thompson. Final team foul for Gilas to give her in the second quarter.
Yeah, a little helter-skelter there from both teams as you see Coach Djordjevic calling the timeout, trying to settle his group down, see if they can execute a little bit in the half court.
Well, timeout now as these two teams want to talk it over. Let's listen to Coach Sasha Djordjevic.
Not everything above our head. Hands are there. Boom, boom. Right, hey. When there is 1-on-1, we cannot keep in 1-on-1. No middle. We have our X and everything else. Crazy. One more foul to give. No foul on the shot. You have to play hard. If you don't have you understand? You gotta work. Everybody but Clarkson. We work. Help him out. Okay. Hey, let's play two sides. Okay, have patience, but be aggressive in everything we do. Hey, two sides. Let's go. Hey, quick cross. And after that, hey, when you keep this, it's yellow. Stay. So it's gonna be here, boom, here, or it's gonna be here. Okay, two sides. Let's go.
Well, there you can see Coach Sasha Georgievich. There's a dunk there by Jung Jae-lin, the throwdown. And Sasha Georgievich saying to his players, look, we have to work right now. Anybody else but Clarkson.
Well, just a little helter-skelter stretch right there. You see Jung Jae-lin, 11 big points so far in this first quarter. China's got to settle down, make sure that they get a quality shot here.
Can they find something from this offense? Over 3 minutes to go here. John Ray trying to go to reverse. Hu Jin-cho offensive rebound. Now China in the penalty.
Yeah, nice job there from Hu Jin-cho. Just worked his way in to that weak side, got the offensive rebound, drew the foul on Jumar.
Well, Kai Soto coming back in the game here for Jumar Fajardo. Final 3 minutes here in this first half. Free throws made, cutting it down to one possession game. China, again, right in the storm here from this Gilas play in the first half. Thompson in the backcourt. Well, Soto, look out below, gets fouled, gets the and one. Well, Kaiju decided to go himself there. Coach, he was about to rip the ring down on that one.
Well, you see the skill and athleticism on display, using his right hand there on the finish. You can see why the future is so bright for this 21-year-old.
A lot of expectations on this young man. But again, he's got to learn, keep developing his game. Unable to convert the three-point play. Zhao Rui going baseline, looking to kick this one out. Finding Hu Ming-xuan. That's going to be another foul, so 2 more free throws coming up for China. China doing a good job so far, getting to the charity stripe already so far in this game. 7 free throws taken.
Well, nice movement there on that possession. You saw multiple drives there from China looking to kick out when the defense collapsed.
Well, Hu Ming-xuan, as we mentioned, was the key X factor in the second half for China. Question is, what impact will he have for this team and Sasha Georgievich's players? Team that has the record for most ever FIBA Asia Cups. Now remember, in the early days, in the history of FIBA Asia Cup, it was China and the Philippines used to battle for supremacy. Then throughout the 70s and 80s, the dominance went one-sided, of course. Crowd now trying to get into this one. Thompson going off one screen. Looking to kick this one out. Finding Pagoy. Pagoy pump fakes. Puts up a teardrop. And Ara Pagoy delivering big time here for Gilas.
Yeah, great finish there. Patience in the paint to get the man up in the air. Waiting for him to finish. Nice job there for Pagoy.
Just listen to these fans, Coach. Filipino Basel fans, they are incredible. And already China making another turnover. Lee Kai is going to come back in the game for the Chinese national team. Zhang Jae-lin will go to the bench, take a breather.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple of times from the Chinese guards, unable to deliver the pass to those rolling bigs. needs to be either a lob or a bounce pass. Hard for those in-between passes for the bigs to come down with those.
Well, Kai just throwing it away there. China just trailing by 4 points. Ming Xuan coming up the ball screen, getting the switch. Thompson got it by Lee Kaya, draws a foul, so Lee Kaya will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And you can see Lee Kaya playing at that 4 position right now, trying to take advantage of these switches from Gilas.
I'm not sure why Lee Kaya is arguing with the referees. Going to the free throw line regardless because China are in the penalty. He's quite clearly disappointed about something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Makes the first free throw.
Yeah, Martins Kozlovskis is still talking with Lee Kaya right now. Not sure if maybe he was telling him a little bit about embellishing on the foul. Whatever it was, Lee Kaya not appreciating it. Saw them jawing back and forth a little bit there.
He was clearly disappointed about something. Chinese fans cheering on for Lee Kaya. 90 seconds to go. You can really feel the Pusoans building, these Filipino Basel fans. They've been the real MVPs. Loxico on the screen, bumping in the lane, no foul. The foul has been delayed. It's gonna be 2 free throws coming up. And China's coaching staff infuriated by the decision.
Yeah, I think it's the right call here. I think the frustration is, you know, the late whistle. Hard to tell from that angle, but Clarkson's not going to miss like that often. I think that's really what the official saw. Once he saw how bad the miss was, he realized there probably was contact on the arm.
Well, Clarkson, the charity stripe here for Gilas. Makes the first one. Big moment now here for the Philippines. Want to extend their lead as much as possible going into the halftime break. JC makes both of them.
And you see Tway Yongxi coming into the game. The young 20-year-old from Guangzhou, really dynamic playmaker. He's going to be a great player for this national team as he moves forward.
Lee Kaya finding an opening, goes to the basket, and he gets the and-one. Boy, he's going to the free throw line here for the 3-point play, and a chance to cut this down to a 1-point ball game.
Yeah, and one of the first times this half we've seen Lee Kaya as the primary ball handler, allowing him to be the one coming off these screens. Tough finish there through contact with the right hand.
Well, Gilas are going to call timeout now. Char Reyes, John Wichiko, and Tim Cohn want to talk it over with their players. Let's see what they have to say.
Everything there's under. Anderson, under. Hey, forget it.
Hindi kasi screenshot ba? Tinatap lang ba yung
Kaya nga eh. Hindi dapat ka, hindi makadrive. Ba't nadadrivean si Japes ng 1-1? Switch na lang. Switch na lang natin yun.
Hey, there's 110. We got 3 more possessions after this one.
They're in penalty. They're in penalty. Let's get JC on the post, huh?
Well, of course, Char Reyes speaking with his players. There was a 3-pointer corner by Ren Zabando. Of course, the substitutions so far look a little bit more fluid in this game. There doesn't seem to be any panic subs going on for Gilas.
Well, you know, they've had the lead for the majority of this half. For China, it's just been a struggle offensively, shooting just 27% from three, 39% from the floor. Really, their points coming off the turnovers are Gilas. 11 points off of turnovers to just 2 for Gilas so far in this game.
Chavez, the man who led Gilas back to a FIBA Basketball World Cup in 2014 after that incredible victory against Korea in the semifinals of 2013's FIBA Asia Cup. The last coach for Gilas at the 2019 FIBA World Cup was Yang Giao, currently coaching Rain or Shine here in the PBA. Also former coach of the NLEX Road Warriors.
Yeah, had a chance to do a TV show this morning with Coach Giao. Great to see him again. Obviously, we went head-to-head then at that 2019 World Cup.
Bagoy had the three-pointer, goes in, avoids the block, and again the follow-up by Kai, no good. But those are opportunities the Philippines just can't afford to waste, but it's going to be a kickball violation. So possession will go to China. Potential 2 for 1 here, coach, for China.
Yeah, and an important one. Opportunity here to take the lead. Everything but the finish here from Bagoy, and you see Soto there ready for the putback, just couldn't get it in.
China with Lee Kaiara as their primary ball handler. They put the moves on, hangs in the air. Now he gives China their first lead of the game. Lee Kaiara leading by example here for China.
And China's sticking with Lee Kaiara as the primary ball handler in that horn set. Ramos giving up a lot of height there in that matchup.
Well, Jordan Clarkson again missing. Tough one here, so the 2 for 1 is on for China. Hu Jin Cho. Well, Jordan Clarkson needs 1 point and 8 rebounds, but whether he gets that, it'll be the victory. That's what he's been looking for the most.
And for both these guys, despite the point totals, it's been tough going. Lee Kaiara just 3 for 9 from the floor. Clarkson 2 for 6. And as we've seen this whole World Cup, teams are going to key on those two guys, make other players beat them.
Well, here are some key highlights from the second quarter. Thompson making a penetration, the MVP of the PBA. Goes straight down the lane. That's a tough move by the man from Ginebra. Clarkson here, you can see throwing the lob there, finding AJ Edu. The tough connect was connected in the end.
Yeah, beautiful pass here from Clarkson. You can see Lee Kaiara getting a little lost there, trying to help on the pick and roll, giving Edu the opportunity to roll to the rim.
So there's a three-pointer corner by Renzo Bondo, KBL champion this season with Anyang KGC. Proving to everybody why he needs to be in this lineup for Gilas, Pilipinas.
Yeah, and he gives them a big spark with his athleticism and defense.
Well, this play right here, fumbles, comes up. I mean, look at the vertical in this young man, Renzo Bondo. He is a space cadet for Gilas, Pilipinas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if people realize how hard that is to go off a 2-foot vertical leap and dunk it like that.
Well, there was Zhang Jielin, crossover, pulling up for the mid-range. And if he continues to shoot like this for China, it could be their night.
Well, Zhang Jielin really having a great half there, shooting the ball extremely well. And we've seen the athleticism from him as well. Some highlight dunks through the lane.
Well, here was the play by Kai Soto. Kaiju getting the big M1. I think everybody in the building, maybe the Chinese fans, wanted to see him throw that one down.
Well, the right hand there, you're seeing the skills from the 21-year-old left-handed player there, able to...
It's a whole new half and only a 1-point ball game. Well, there is a QR code for the official FIBA Basketball World Cup app. Download it on your smartphone, tablet, or Android, and get all the best news, stats, and highlights that matter to you the most. Official FIBA Basketball World Cup app. Download it today using that QR code.
And you heard assistant coach Tim Cohn, longtime PBA coach here.
First featured for Gilas' under-18 team in the summer 2018 with Kai Soto.
And on the other side, you've got Renzo Bondo getting the start for Gilas. So two young dynamic players getting big minutes here at the World Cup.
Bringing down a 4-point ball game. 2-1 team foul. Clarkson putting his hand in the cookie jar. 10 seconds now here for China. Time winding down. Jiao Rui got it by Renzo Bondo. Pulls up for a three-pointer. Doesn't get it, but A.J. Edu secures the rebound. And Gilas cut this down to a one-possession game with Clarkson. Clarkson caught a double team. Bondo's made 1-3. Goes for another one. That's a good box out by Fuhao, coach.
Yeah, really nice block out there, and you can see the help defender coming all the way from the corner there, trying to slow Clarkson down.
Georgievich infuriated with that decision to take the three-pointer. Clarkson getting away with a little push shot, but fires it for the mid-range. Now he heads into double digits.
Yeah, nice finish there from Clarkson. Maybe he found a little bit of a rhythm with that shot there at the end of the first half. Seeing a similar play there.
Well, Bondo with a good defense. Gilas have numbers. Ramos going in the lane. Draws a foul. He'll go to the charity stripe, and a chance for Gilas to tie this game up at 44 apiece.
That's what Renzo Bondo brings for you, the pressure defense out there, forcing the turnover, and Gilas able to get out and run. You see here Jalri undercutting Dwight Ramos, but it's going to be a battle of easy points for both teams with the struggles from the perimeter right now. Which team can come up with those transition opportunities?
Well, St. Dwight makes the first free throw. Again, you just have to appreciate the culture, the ambition. Fans of both Philippines, but also credit to the Chinese fans as well, coming in here and cheering for their team as well. But what an atmosphere we have at the Araneta Coliseum.
Yeah, no question about it. This building's electric from both fans here. Almost another turnover there from Jalre.
7:20 to go here in the third quarter. We're all locked in at 44 apiece. Big possession now for China. Zhang Jilin takes a little teardrop. That's a smooth move there by Zhang Jilin.
Yeah, and it wasn't long before Zhang Jilin came back into the game, and you can see right away continuing his scoring from the first half.
2-point lead to China. Gilas looking to respond. Bondo left wide open. Decides to go for the second for it again.
There's a reason why Lee Kayar is staying in the paint. Bondo has to understand his role. These empty possessions have really hurt Gilas.
Oh, what a rejection by A.J. Edu. Flying Edu in the post. Kicks this one out to Dwight. Finds a switch on defense. Dwight puts up the little floater again. 6-on-1. Right in the face of Hu Jin Cho.
Yeah, really tough finish there. Going to his left hand, bringing it back to the right, having to finish over the 7-footer, Hu Jin Cho. Nice play there from Ramos.
Zhang Jilin hesitates, goes up, doesn't get it, but the follow-up. Oh, the Chinese Tim Duncan coming into this game, coming to life, coach.
That's what we saw from him against Angola, just being in the right place at the right time.
Oh, end-to-end action. As Jordan Clarkson responds, these two teams remain locked in at 48.
Yeah, and Coach Georgievich staring down the youngster. He doesn't want to see Clarkson being able to go to his right hand.
This is better passing from China. Zhao Rui pump fakes. Takes a wide open three. Doesn't get it. Clarkson step back, big three. Got a bit of a rush to opportunity there, but you know the fans do appreciate that. Maybe not the style they need, but Hu Jin Cho goes up, and St. Dwight with another rejection. Can't Gilas capitalize, but Renzo Bondo almost turning it over again. Gilas not showing any composure. Well, welcome to the Cathedral of St. Dwight, but says, you are not welcome. No mabuhay to you. Get out of here.
And you see the young Gilas players protecting the rim. You see the athleticism on display from both Ramos and Edu. Two great additions to this national team.
Bondo goes for another three. Corner, sinks it. That's a big-time three-pointer. Well, Renzo Bondo sending a message to the defense. If you're not going to respect my jump shot, I'm going to make you pay. Well, another turnover, costly play there from China.
And those are the three-pointers that Abandu needs to take. Those feet set, open corner threes, he can make those. It's the ones he's pulling up off the dribble that you really don't want to see.
Clarkson looking to isolate, bumps in the lane, puts him another floater. Jordan Clarkson, at the moment, you see the same confidence that we saw against the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if China maybe goes to some trapping, try to slow things down, get the ball out of his hands. Clarkson in a nice flow right now.
Coach, just listen to these fans. 6-0 in the shot clock for Lee Kai-Ak. Goes in with a smooth Euro step and a block shot. Lands Abandu all over the floor. Oh, he is becoming the Filipino glove coach.
Yeah, he really is. You see the heart and defense on display here. This is what he brings to the table. Athleticism.
Well, Jare coming back into the game. I think they will review this maybe. Well, I'm not sure what for though, Coach.
Well, I think the thought is, was that an unsportsmanlike foul? Lee Kai-Ar possibly trying to take the foul to stop the break. I didn't see it that way, but the officials want to take a look here.
We have a head coach challenge for potential unsportsmanlike foul. Okay. Can we go back?
Maybe we can see the baseline camera from that side so that we can...
For me, there is no any, you know, this is just contact on the feet, but he was not doing it with a purpose. He was not moving.
So,
for me,
let me see the point of contact. So it's a lot.
Yes,
it's loose ball, and then continuation for the contact.
Exactly. Go, go, go. Go.
Go.
Yes,
yeah.
It's a normal foul. He didn't do nothing, you know, what would be like applying for unsportsmanlike foul. He's staying with the personal foul.
Correct.
So after review, all decision stays. Personal foul. Thank you. Normal foul.
So no upgrade there for the Philippines. And, you know, rightfully so. I think that was the right call.
Yeah, I'm surprised Coach Ray is choosing to use his coach's challenge there. You see a zone look here from China. First time we've seen that. Obviously used that against Angola to a lot of success in their last game, trying to slow down Clarkson here.
Well, they went for the three-pointer. Yeah, Gilas, be questioning because to break down a zone at the pro level, you have to be very systemic.
I think the big thing, they just have to make sure Clarkson gets the ball in his hands.
Well, there's a three-pointer by Hu-Ming Xuan. Unable to knock that one down. China standing in that 2-3 zone. Clarkson trying to go for AJ Edu. Goes up. Gets one. That's a big-time play. Something out of nothing, Coach.
Well, he is feeling it right now. You saw that possession before, never even got to touch it. I think the key here for the Philippines, you just got to make sure the ball ends up in his hands. He'll make the right play for you, whether that's kicking it out or scoring himself, but in a great groove right now here in the second half.
Again, they'll take any bit of luck they can. They desperately want to give these great basketball fans something to cheer about. Remember, the last FIBA World Cup win for them was in 2014. They did win in 2019, and I think I know one coach that beat them on the way as well.
Well, you know, that was a heated game. I guess fans are still talking about that. That was one of the topics on that morning TV show I went on.
Hu-Ming Xuan looking for penetration, goes up, no foul calls. Sasha Djordjevic wondering why nothing was called. Clarkson, big three. Oh, baby! Mabuhay to the Araneta Coliseum. And that's what they've been waiting for JC. That is just a big-time three by a big-time player. Oh, Jordan, well, nong oras na ngayon, as they would say. What time is it? It could be Jordan Clarkson time, baby.
Yeah, and that's what they've been waiting for. We saw it in that first game against the Dominican Republic. really hasn't gone off since then. And he has started this third quarter on fire, putting this Gilas team on his back, knocking in the big pull-up three there.
Where's the ball? Inside short. Kevin here.
Nice work. Don't leave your
Kevin, go. Go. Keep the ball. Go. Pressure. Try to make it. Let's see if we can get Kevin. No, Kevin. Hey. Go. Hey.
Well, here are some of the key highlights. Jordan Clarkson taking this game over. Well, Clarkson, again, he is just having a big impact so far. 21 points, but definitely a more efficient performance from Jordan Clarkson.
No question about it. He has found his stroke here in the second half, hitting in every way. We saw the pull-up jumper there at the end of the first half, and I think that kind of ignited his offense. Really been rolling here. Curious to see what China does to slow him down. Maybe a box and one. They need something, though, to keep the ball out of his hands.
Well, China needs something offensively. Going for the mid-range. Now we'll calm the nerves down. Cutting it back down to single digits. China's staying in the zone again, Coach.
Yeah, back into that zone, trying to find something to break up the rhythm here.
Bono's hit 2 threes. Goes in the lane, a little teardrop down the middle, and that's right over Jung Junlin.
Yeah, and you've got to be solid there. Bono has knocked in 2 threes, but he's going to beat you more with the quickness off the dribble.
There's a big three by Jung Junlin. It was on target, but couldn't finish it. Fajardo with a rebound. Gilas liking the zone they're playing against right now, moving the ball more effectively. Well, JC hit 1 3, hits another one. This guy has come ready to play, Coach. He is on fire at the moment.
Yeah, and this is what he can do. You can tell he's in the flow right now. China's going to have to do something to disrupt this rhythm. I think they have to go to some denials and traps out there, whether that's a box and one, whether that's running a player at him in a man-to-man.
Well, the 2-3 zone worked effectively against Angola. But right now you can see Jordan Clarkson is just saying mabuhay. Well, he is just unconscious here in the second half. And the home crowd, Coach, they love every moment of it.
Yeah, well, that's why they brought him in here. Such a dynamic scorer, and they've really needed that from him. He's stepping up here in a huge way here in the second half.
Clarkson so far, 24 points here in the game. Georgie away from the mid-range. Nothing dropping for China. Clarkson, surely not 3 threes. Oh my goodness gracious! Give this man some credit. Again, 3 threes, back to back to back for Jordan Clarkson.
Well, he is in a flow right now. China really no answer for him.
Comes up with the steal. Gilas have numbers. Thinks about a 4th one. Well, you got to go back to Jordan Clarkson, surely. But he's feeling it again. Another one, 4th. Oh, baby! I cannot believe what we're seeing, Coach. Jordan Clarkson single-handedly taking this game over at the Araneta Coliseum. And these fans love on Pilipinas. Offensive board. Well, you just can't blame him for going for it, Coach. I mean, the way he's been shooting, he's just been unconscious right now.
Yeah, well, you see the walk-up 3 there. Just poor recognition from China, allowing him to get that shot off. And if he had made that last 3, I don't know, we would have made it out of here alive. This crowd would have gone crazy.
Coach, I might need an oxygen tank because I can't remember the time I've seen a player in professional basketball hit 5 consecutive 3-pointers in succession, different offenses in 1 quarter.
Well, we need our stat crew to help us out here, but I got to think that's got to be close to the most points ever scored in a quarter in a World Cup.
Well, this is better here for China. Zhao Rui getting to the free throw line with 2.4 seconds left here in the third quarter. Chance to put some points on the board for China. Well, Zhao Rui getting into his prime years here for this Chinese national team. And we've talked a lot about him. A player that has a bit of flair, a bit of creativity in his game. Something China have lacked in the first few games of this FIBA Basketball World Cup.
Yeah, well, Zhao Rui has been very solid for them here at the World Cup. Young, dynamic player that I remember from my days at the CBA has been with Guangdong, developed into one of their go-to players on the national team.
Well, at the end of the third quarter, it's a 22-point lead to Gilas, and something that this home crowd have desperately been waiting for. Laban Pilipinas, Huso is what they've been singing all game. Well, we're going to listen to what the coaches have to say, take a look at the stats, and then review some of the top plays here from this third quarter. But the third quarter has
continued that here in the fourth quarter. And if you're China, you have to find a way to get the ball out of his hands. I had mentioned maybe going to a box and one. If you're in man-to-man, you got to run a second defender at him, but make somebody else beat you here.
Now remember, Gilas and China met in the final of the 2015 FIBA Asia Cup final. China took the victory and thus qualified for the Rio Olympics.
Yeah, and sure enough, box and one here on this first possession for China. Almost got the steal there.
Well, now Ramos will pull up for a three-pointer. Can't get it. 22 points. China got to come back from. Can they do it in the next 9 minutes and 35 seconds? Li Kai'ao bumps, makes the contact. Now it's a 20-point ball game, and a good start here from China.
So you see Zhao Rui there picking up Clarkson full court. He's just going to be in a face-to-face denial while the other four players stay in that four-man zone, forming that box formation. Zhao Rui's job, don't let Clarkson touch the ball.
Well, Thompson stepping out of bounds. Again, the box and one just frustrated Gilas' offense here. You like this from Coach Sasha Djordjevic. I mean, he knows how to change his tactics mid-games and identify the weaknesses of his opponents.
Well, they needed to do this probably a little bit earlier, but had to come up with something that was going to cool off Clarkson.
Moving Schwan. Made some threes against Angola, and that is way short. That's going to be an air ball. Gilas now, coach, decide to go bigger, taking out Renzo Bondo, so having Clarkson, Thompson, and Dwight Ramos in the backcourt. AJ Edu at the power forward. Juma Fajardo. Can China battle here with their box and one defense? Fajardo fighting Clarkson. Back to the big man, bumping. He's got to go up with it, surely. And Juma finishing under the basket.
Yeah, Coach Djordjevic wanted to travel there. Good patience from Jumar, using his physicality to bully his way there for the basket.
Well, speaking of bullying his way to the basket, Li Kai'ao just taking St. Dwight to school. Clarkson getting aggressively bumped. And Clarkson, yeah, wasn't too happy with Zhao Rui's defense. Well, Zhao Rui doing the smart thing there, walking away from any altercation. Again, you like to see the respect there. Clarkson being the bigger player, but also Zhao Rui extending his hand as well.
Yeah, both players just getting tangled up there a little bit. Zhao Rui not afraid of these elite scorers. Sees a lot of them in the CBA.
Well, Juma getting the dump down. The assist coming from AJ Edu. Better passing from Gilas, but China needs to be compact on defense. Zhao Rui from 18 feet. Doesn't get the shot to drop. Moving Schwan now. Well, they wanted a backcourt violation. Another foul called again. Clarkson one could be difficult because if they get the ball in the hands of Clarkson, he's able to draw that contact and put China into a bit more foul trouble.
Well, it's got to start with the denials. They're hoping to keep it out of his hands. When he does have it, one of those top two guys in the zone, they need to be there for help. Can't be left on an island to defend Clarkson on your own.
Trying to find Clarkson on the handoff. Almost penetrated against John Jolin. Contact. St. Dwight going to the free throw line. Third team foul against China here in the fourth quarter. 22-point lead to Gilas, Pilipinas.
Yeah, and if you're China, you have to stay compact behind it. Really the job of those other four, be there and help for any of the penetration. You got to hope Gilas misses from the outside right now. maybe fuel your opportunities for transition points. But if you're China, this is a real struggle. They've had offensive issues this whole World Cup. Being down this much in the fourth quarter, they don't really have that dynamic guy that can score getting up and down. Lee Kai-ar, more of a methodical playmaker than a go-to scorer.
See, now you look at this game and you think finally the rotations, the substitutions for this Gilas team have been good, but now Jordan Clarkson leaving the game, so this could be a good passage for China. They've got to take advantage when he's on the bench.
Yeah, they've got to chip away at this thing right now.
Zhao Rui going to the basket, draws a foul, and that's much better. He'll go to the charity stripe for 2 shots.
Yeah, good take there from Zhao Rui, challenging Junmar. Be interesting to see if China goes to some full court pressure. We saw it in the first half when Clarkson came out of the game. A little bit of a struggle there for the Gilas offense.
Home crowd now trying to put off Zhao Rui. Again, you got to give a huge shout out to the Chinese fans in this building as well, showing their support together. Both countries, rich tradition and history with the beautiful game of basketball.
Yeah, well, these fans have been great tonight. Both sides for both teams. Really electric atmosphere here. Now just the traditional 2-3 zone.
Thompson goes into the floater, can't get it. Gets his own rebound. China failed to box out. AJ Edu tries a 3-pointer. Gilas just need to try and survive here without Clarkson on the floor, but good defense by St. Dwight. Gilas have numbers. Look out below, and it's going to be an easy layup in transition by Renzo Bondo.
Yeah, beautiful play there from Ramos, coming up with the steal, finding a Bondo ahead on the break.
Home crowd chanting defense. Zhang Jilin trying to use the size, finds Xu Ming Xuan. 3 is up, 3 is good in the corner. That's what China needed.
Well, that was a beautiful pass from Zhang Jilin, spun on the baseline, slung it to the quarter. Ming Xuan able to knock down that 3.
Kai looking for a cross corner. Bondo's wide open in the corner. Soto bumps, ends up throwing it away. Bondo battling. Soto comes up, 1,000 spectators here at the Araneta Coliseum.
And this has been a great crowd. Fans on their feet right now, loving what they're seeing from this Gilas team. And if you're China, you have to come up with some quick baskets here. Not really their style of play.
Kicking out here, Zhao Rui, pick a pop for 3. 3 is up, and it's good. That's what China needs, big plays like that, but now they need defensive stops.
Yeah, Spanish pick and roll there. Zhao Rui able to get open at the top of the key, and you see the full court pressure now. They've got to force some turnovers here.
Gilas breaking down the full court pressure. No need to rush this.
China back into a 2-3 zone. The issue with this, Gilas able to work the shot clock.
Well, Thompson just went in. China had their last donut, but nobody called box out as the PBA's MVP just went in for the offensive board.
Yeah, Thompson untouched there.
Foul is going to be called against Dwight Ramos. You see how Gilas have played today. If only had they found out their regular starting 5s, the rotations the right way. Who knows, Coach? Maybe they could have defeated Dominican Republic. Maybe they could have got that victory against Angola. I mean, well, definitely there's belief in this team.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for them, they know they needed Clarkson to have that huge game for them to have a chance. Unfortunately for him, really hasn't happened outside of that first game until now.
Well, Hu Mingxuan for the mid-range, takes it, fires it. That's what China needs, but time is running out. 22-point ball game.
And you got to see some more trapping here from China. They got to try to force turnovers. You see like Lee Kai-ar there.
Well, Clarkson, corner, takes it, rattles in and out. No offensive foul call, but he can't make the putback. But Kyrie the Dream, Kaiju, comes in to clean up. He now moves up. That's going to be 8 points here for Kai Soto. Nice play in the lane there by Hu Jin Cho. Now Gilas are going to call timeout with 3:39 to go. They lead this one by 22 points.
Yeah, really nice play there from Hu Jin Cho. We saw a lot of that from him in the game against Angola. But if you're China right now, this clock is your enemy. You got to find a way to force turnovers, get easy baskets.
This isn't over, guys. AJ, this is not over. We gotta keep playing. We're switching off on the distance now. We're getting a little lazy. Don't, okay?
They're in a zone, so there is no matchup.
Yeah.
They're in a zone, so there's no matchup.
Down here, yeah. Down here.
Whoever is in front of you is worse.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Nobody got to
Yeah, nobody in this matchup.
Who's in front of you is worse.
That's why, when the ball is in the post, stay home. You might have a small guy, but you're coming off that zone. Okay, just come down and stay home. Okay, okay. On the 1-3-1 or on flow, when we reverse the ball here, make that on screen, and then go through that. Let's go, White. Come on. No turnovers. Press break. Press break. Everybody get back. Get low.
Okay, coach. Go back to that third quarter where this man simply put on that Superman cape. China felt like they had the momentum.
Well, you saw it there, 24 points in the third quarter. Again, I'm curious to know if that's the all-time record at the FIBA World Cup. But Clarkson just blew this game wide open, had been tight throughout until that moment. Him igniting a 24-4 run with that scoring display.
Final 3 minutes, 25 seconds to go. Gilas in control of this. Thompson trying to hesitate. Finds AJ Edu. That's going to be a traveling violation. So a turnover there for Gilas.
Yeah, and that's on Scotty Thompson there. Bad pass down around the feet of Edu. And that's one of those possessions where Clarkson didn't touch the ball.
Well, it's now or never here for China. It'd have to be every offense. Lee Kai with a fadeaway. Front iron, can't get it. Kaiju with a rebound. St. Dwight finding AJ Edu. Gilas, no need to rush anything. Time is on their side. Dwight hesitation. Tries to draw the contact, doesn't get it. Rebound has been secured as Hu Ming-Chuan gets ahead, and he's going to finish this one, cutting it down to a 20-point ball game.
Yeah, nice outlet pass there from Lee Kayar. Ming-Chuan able to get behind the defense there of Gilas.
Dwight coming off a ball screen. Finds Clarkson, but the foul has been committed. It's a final team foul for China to give here in the fourth quarter. Well, again, it's been a tough road for this team. China obviously with a great coach and a good technical staff with him as well, planning for the future. Qualified for the FIBA World Cup. The expectations are always going to be high in China. Right, Soto pump fakes. Well, probably should have gone for the three-pointer. 2:07 to go here.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Djordjevic, you're wondering why they weren't making those calls earlier in this game. There's nothing really going their way in the second half.
Well, Zhao Ray now finding Lee Kaya, goes in the lane. Strong move there by the Minnesota Timberwolves. AJ Edu now looking to isolate, trying to find Clarkson. Now we're under 10 here on the shot clock. Clarkson isolated, go behind the back, and that's the fifth and final foul. So Clarkson will go to the charity stripe here for 2 shots.
And China, just no answers for Clarkson here in the second half. Saw him get on that roll in the third quarter. It really just changed the dynamic of this game.
Well, free throw wise here this evening, Gilas have only missed 5 free throws. China have only missed 2, but really it was just that third quarter where Jordan Clarkson went unconscious. Ultimately, you think of China's exit. It was that game against Venezuela in 2019 that prevented them from qualifying for the second round. You know, for them, it was about finding their identity. Who is going to lead this pack to go forward? But same for Gilas, you know, 4 years of plan for this FIBA Basketball Cup. By the time you look back and think it was disappointing to only pick up 1 victory along the way.
Well, both teams in a little bit of a transition period. You know, on the weekend that Yi Jin-Lin announced his retirement, as you look at Coach Djordjevic there, you got to wonder, what does the future of this Chinese national team look like? You know, we've got Cui Yongxi on the court right now, just 20 years old. Li Kai'ar playing with the national team for the first time, but obviously disappointment for them and how they're going to finish this World Cup.
Well, it was a big monumental victory for them when they defeated Angola. It started to raise the eyebrows that maybe China could, you know, monumentally sneak into that automatic qualification for the Olympics. At the moment, Lebanon currently leading here against Iran. Well, Japan's game also taking place currently today as well.
Yeah, a lot of different scenarios that can play out in terms of being that second place team that can qualify for the OQT tournament. I think right now the result of that Lebanon-Iran game is going to have a lot of significance in seeing who represents Asia at the OQTs next summer.
Kai looking for an isolation. Hangs up the end, doesn't get the ad one, but he will go to the free throw line. And of course, you're talking about the promise of this young man, Kai Soto, currently playing in Japan for the Hiroshima Dragonflies, but still a long ways to go for him.
Well, you can see the skill on display, able to go both to his left and right hand, can step out and knock in an open 3, and at 7'3", the athleticism, just 21 years old, has had a little bit of a bumpy start to his professional career, but the talent is immense.
Well, free throw number 1 made by Kareem the Dream Soto. Makes them both. 10 points here for Kai, 5 rebounds so far. As Jordan Clarkson exits the game, getting a standing ovation from the home crowd. He finishes with 34 points.
Yeah, in that second half.
The Timberwolves, Li Kai'ar, Jordan Clarkson, the Utah Jazz, both rivals in the Western Conference. But again, a lot to think about for these two federations and their countries. Moving forward, the next step for them will be the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup. Of course, we'll have the qualifiers that will be on the way for those two teams. But Gilas, again, it's been a rough ride for them here in the 2023 FIBA Basketball Cup. Finally, they can finish with a victory. And as you've heard, all the Gilas fans, they've said it all game long. 2 words, Laban Pilipinas. And the final word is Puso. First victory since 2014. That was led by Jimmy Alapag, Jason Castro, L.A. Tenorio, Jeff Chan, Chuma Fajardo, and Japov Aguilar were both a part of those squads. But now it's their first ever victory in 9 years at a FIBA Basketball Cup. Congratulations to Gilas Pilipinas.
Yeah, and it was that man right there, the difference in this game. That incredible third quarter that we saw from him, clearly what propelled Gilas to this win.
Well, there are the stats, 9 3-pointers. They didn't hit a 3-pointer there in the fourth quarter. They hit 6 in the third, 1 coming from Renzabano and 5 coming back-to-back-to-back from Jordan Clarkson. He was unconscious.
Yeah, he really was.